Welcome to this episode of Ask the Black Dad, where we talk about Will Smith and Chris Rock, Judge Jackson in the Supreme Court, and we give somebody an opportunity to win $300. So let's get it started. Welcome to this episode of Ask the Black Dad. Before we even get started, because we have a lot to cover, please hit that subscription button, hit that notification button, and trust me, you're going to want to share this, you're going to want to like it, because somebody, somewhere in this whole big world that looks at YouTube, at least YouTube, is going to win $300, 300 American dollars, and it could be you. Please make sure you like, subscribe, comment, follow us, and we'll tell you later on how you can guarantee to at least qualify to win. With that being said, woman, let's start with something easy.
Okay.
Judge Jackson. She was confirmed as a Supreme Court judge.
Judge.
A Supreme Court judge.
Justice. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's good. Right?
Yes.
That's good. That's excellent. But she went through a heck of a battle to get there. And so what are your opinions? And what do you think about this historic, and hey, clap to her and to America, historic milestone in American history?
I mean, it is inspirational. You know, I actually watched each day of the confirmation hearings, which were grueling. If it was grueling to me, could you imagine what she went through with all the questions? But it was inspiring. It was inspiring just to hear her story. It was inspiring to see how she really handled herself under pressure. Not everybody else does that. Not everybody can do that, I should say. You know, one of the things that really stuck out to me in regards to her story, and I think that a lot of people can relate to it, I know that I can relate to it, where you really start doubting yourself, meaning that, you know, things are getting hard and you're doubting whether or not you can do it, and can you continue on the path that you're on. Am I the right person for, you know, maybe the job or the position or whatever it may be. She shared this story when the senator asked her, what would you say to the young people of the most diverse generation in regards to, you know, if they felt that way? And I mean, not just the young people. I mean, I'm young, you know. What? But, you know, and what she did, she shared a story of when she was on the campus of Harvard, you know.
I was really questioning, do I belong here? Can I make it in this environment? And I was walking through the yard in the evening, and a Black woman I did not know was passing me on the sidewalk. And she looked at me, and I guess she knew how I was feeling. And she leaned over as we crossed and said, "Persevere."
Persevere. What a beautiful way of simply saying to her, you are worthy. Even as I talk about it now, it just gives me chills because I know that we've been there. And once again, you never know what a person is going through. And that simple moment that person took to simply tell her to persevere, and she did, and here she is.
And it reminds me, you gotta follow us on all the social media platforms, trust me, because on YouTube, it's a lot of things we do that we can't put on YouTube because they're so short. But when you do this Tell Me Something Tuesday, I think you touched on something like that, smile and greet somebody with a nice phrase or a nice word, just a hello, and you can make a difference for them.
Because you just never know what somebody is going through.
So woman, so remember, follow us on all social media platforms. You can get little quick bits from women every now and then that says things like that. Every now and then she hits a home run. Most of the time, You know, she strikes out, like when she said she's young. Just a minute ago. I don't know if y'all heard that.
Well, you know, I can go on and on about Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. That's a beautiful thing. Justice Ketanji Brown.
That is
Jackson.
wonderful, but we can't keep going on because I want
But-
to. But go ahead.
But I can. So.
And
but
you
I
probably will,
won't.
huh? Keep going.
Maybe on Women
You know,
Rights
stop.
Day.
Maybe.
You know, you can write it.
Maybe. But my thing is,
You asked.
I did ask because you know no one sent us this email. This is us that you know. My thing is, I looked at it and she's very qualified. That's number one. But I saw that, and I'm not going to be a hypocrite and not say that sometimes the Republican nominees for the Supreme Court do not get a bunch of flack. I'm not going to say that. So I'm going to say I understand that politics is being played, you know, in this whole drama that they put out for
It wouldn't be politics.
nomination. But I will just mention this. There are presently 3 black senators in America right now. Cory Booker, the brother from Georgia, and the brother from South Carolina, Tim Scott. And the brother from South Carolina, who happens to be Republican, said that he was voting no because he didn't think she was qualified, not only for Supreme Court, but to be a judge here, a federal judge. That's what he said. Now, this is the same guy who took Amy Barrett, who Donald Trump nominated, and she went to the court. And she wants people to, her religion, she wants to kind of put her religion on other people. You know what I'm saying? That's her doctrine. She uses her dogma. She thinks that you should follow her kind of religious background and upbringing. She pretty much wants to get rid of health care for everybody, affordable health care. He found her to be outstanding, overqualified, and everything. He took Brett Kavanaugh, who was charged with, who was accused of sexual assault. He felt sorry for the girl who said that he did it, but he was like, I feel sorry for them women, but he's qualified, he's overqualified, and all this. He's a good man for America. And he said that they were treated unfairly, but that this black woman who stood there was treated fairly by the senators, by the Republican senators, which was not true. She was asked about white privilege. You know, she can tell you how she sees white privilege in America, but she was asked, you know, she had to give her definition of white privilege. She had to read books about babies aren't born racist, some kind of stuff Ted Cruz crap he brought up. And Tim Scott was like, she's not qualified. Not only the fact that they did all this to her, Rand Paul from Kentucky, the senator from Kentucky, he held up, he knew he couldn't stop her from getting to the Supreme Court, but he held it up for 15 minutes. It's because he couldn't vote. They had to wait for him to vote. And he deliberately held it up. And then all he did was stick his hand in and say, no, I ain't voting for her. He could this senator from South Carolina, the other senator from South Carolina, Lindsey Graham, didn't even get dressed for him. You know, you got to wear a suit and tie when you're on the floor and you're doing the people's business. He had a sweater on, said, oh, this is what we're doing today? Like, he didn't know. This was one of the most historic days that was going to happen in America, you know, and he knew this was going to happen, but he didn't dress for it. You know, I forgot.
Well, you know they have to pander to their base.
I understand
so
that.
I don't expect anything.
But I just want to go to Tim Scott. I'm not mad that this black man didn't vote for her. Because I know you got to vote your conscience, but to put her in a situation where she's smart, but she's not qualified to me. I want to tell him that's why he was disavowed from all the barbecues a long time ago. And there's a song by Chris Cross, the young rap group back in the day. They said, you can get the finger, the middle, Tim Scott, the middle finger for you. Boo to Tim Scott, and this ain't Candyland.
You can't destroy Candyland. We've been here. It's always gonna be in Candyland.
So I want to pass that on. Again, later on, we're going to tell you how you can win $300, how you can be given $300. Remember to subscribe, comment, like, share, follow us on all our social media platforms. Now let's get to the hot topic. Again, you follow us on TikTok, Facebook. I already posted something about this, But now we're gonna do it on YouTube. Woman, we came to it. The Oscars, I don't watch it. Woman watches it, I don't. But I got up that morning and it's blowing up. I'm getting texts, hey, Ashley Black that about this and this. Will Smith slapped the piss out of Chris Rock. In fact, Chris Rock said he cracked the joke, said I finally got my hearing back. So, she said a couple days back. So, woman,
Oh, wow.
again, you saw it.
Yeah.
You saw the instant. You saw the joke. Your comments. I've talked to everybody who are any male, especially I've been talking to males, not females, most of the time. But I asked them what do they think. So, I want you to tell me. Black female, you know, we got the people who say Will Smith was protecting the black female, his wife, you know, and then we got those who say that he was wrong and some to say he was right, you know. They try to mix it in, put Breonna Taylor in the mix. I don't know how she got in the mix. But what do you say about what happened on Oscar night? Let's get down, let's get dirty, let's get with it. What happened Oscar night? What did you see? I mean, we all saw the smack. What did you see? What did a woman's into? What did you see happen?
Wow. Wow. Maybe you should go for the Oscar. Wow. Wow.
And I hope if Will Smith smacked me, I can hold my tongue like Chris Rock. But anyway, go ahead.
What I saw was the unraveling of progress. I saw the unraveling of mental health. I saw the unraveling of stereotypical behavior that we have worked so hard to overcome. You know, we talked about it the next night after it happened. You know, the fact that it happened was unbelievable. I'm telling you, I really thought it was staged. I'm like, okay, what's the joke? What's gonna happen next? And then to come to find that the fact that it even happened and it was real. One, I didn't think it was real because of the way that Chris Rock handled it. But now that I know that it was real, that's what it says, you know, today, is that the way he handled it, Varno, both of them couldn't act that way. Could you imagine somebody walking up to you and smacking you that way?
You did the other day.
No matter what, dog, don't snitch. I ain't saying nothing, dude. You know me, I die before I turn snitch. We tell them nothing, they got nothing.
On a global audience?
Oh, that's different. But now it's global because they know about it.
You know?
They just didn't see it.
I mean, once again, this is a topic I can go on forever, but let me digress. Because simple fact of the matter is that it was an embarrassment, not only to Will, that was an embarrassment to his family. It was an embarrassment, honestly, to us all.
Little boy, so that's how we get down.
Well, okay, but it was an embarrassment to us all. It really, truly was. You know, in the thick of things, you don't understand the gravity of what you've done. I still don't understand why he did what he did. That whole protection thing, no. I don't think it was about protecting anybody. I don't know what happened there. I really don't. But the whole fact of the matter is that, Varno, if that was you and I, there's no way in the world that I would have allowed you to even subject yourself or anybody else to that. There's nothing.
I look at it like, I stand and I want you guys to go to the social media platform, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. I put something out there. Will Smith was wrong. He was as wrong as 5 back shoes.
Back shoes?
We don't even make back shoes, so that's how wrong he was. He's wrong. There is no back shoes. That's how wrong he was. You know how people say he's wrong in 2 left shoes? He's wrong in 5 back shoes.
Never heard of that one either, but go ahead.
So, to say, first of all, Jada Pinkett Smith was in no danger. That was not like somebody, like somebody had a gun, a knife, or somebody have even posed that I'm gonna do something to Jada Pinkett Smith. That's number one. Number two, I'm not getting on the fact that he laughed at the joke at first. I'm not gonna, like people say, some people have, when you be uncomfortable laughter, like I have people like, they do the dozens on you and you'll start laughing because like, ooh, wow, that kind of hurt, but
you laughed, but that was good. It was good.
But what he did was, he took one moment in time and he stretched it. He caused, if he let the joke ride, it's over. Nobody's talking about him except for that he won the Oscar. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? He took it and he made it worse. I've talked to people, and it's funny because people I talk to, people who were in the jail, when I say in the jail, people who worked in the jail with me, people who are educators or people with higher education, who've been to college and everything, all of them, we agree. What he did was set a bad precedence. When you came out, when you had cancer, you didn't want to come out and let nobody know you had cancer, remember? You said, I don't want to. And then eventually you said, okay, I can share with other people because there's people I may help, So you came out, then other people will come to you and ask you questions. When Jada Pinkett Smith came out with her alopecia, and she told people, this is what I have, and she said, I want to help other people. As soon as she allowed her husband to get up there and do what he did, because I'll still say she did it. She set the tone when she rolled her eyes and did all that. I don't know what happened. She told other people that if you have this disease I have, or this illness I have, you should have somebody willing to fight for you.
Well, let me say this real quick. So I agree with you, and Will Smith is a grown man, and he made his own decision in regards to that. So I'm not saying that Jada allowed him to do it, but I don't think she did anything to deter him from doing it. It's just like with you and I. I can tell by your facial expression, your body language, and the tone of your voice when it's time for me to say or do something. I'll put it that way. I can tell. I mean, we've been married long enough to be able to do that. It was a very selfish act on Will Smith's part because he overshadowed everything and everyone because history was in the making. Mm-hmm. The producer of the Oscars, I can't remember his name right now, was a black gentleman. I believe the co-producer was a black female. History was in the making, and now all of that is overshadowed by a selfish act. And honestly, I don't know. I think I don't know. People say he snapped. Now that doesn't like a snap to me, but I'm not a professional.
He snapped, but he walked. A snap is you rush, but he walked all the way up there. And the reason I say this, there are young men who watch that, and young women who watch that, and they believe this is how you defend me. And we saw people, like especially guys who worked in the jail with me. We saw young men who stood up there and killed other men because somebody disrespected their woman, called her a B, or did this. Now they're in jail for the rest of their lives, or for at least a good chunk of it, and they woman and gone and got a new boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? And they done killed somebody or hurt somebody really bad, all because of something somebody said. Yeah. Will Smith and them have to, people who want to praise Will Smith for this have to understand that at one point in the Oscars, you wasn't invited. You were not invited. Now all of a sudden they want to make Will Smith a victim. He's not a victim. Everything that happened to Will Smith, he caused. They want to use the John Wayne incident that happened in like 1973. Where an Indian woman came up and she made a comment about killing Indians and how the Indians Native Americans are treated American and how they're portrayed on TV where you got John Wayne shooting a whole bunch of them. They had to hold John Wayne back. Security guards had to hold him back. But yet and still, you didn't see John Wayne hit her on TV or push her, you know what I'm saying? You didn't see none of that. We know what happened because reporters reported about it. But yet and still, what happened then, you can't compare to now. You understand what I'm saying? We've moved on since then. They want to say Roman Polanski. Roman Polanski was accused of, he was found guilty of having sex with a 13-year-old, 14-year-old girl. He left America because he didn't want to get go to jail. He wound up winning the Oscar again in 2002. Then all of a sudden, they banned him in 2016, 18.
You've been really doing your homework, huh?
So,
Check out the big brain on Brad.
I'm just saying, people use these examples. I'm like, yes, they're wrong because they allowed, you know what I'm saying? They didn't ban John Wayne, and it took how long to get Roman Polanski banned. But because, look how long they did this, Will Smith's supposed to get some kind of pass. Well, no, that's not. Martin Luther King didn't say, hey, let us have equal rights and now give us a pass because you gave them a pass in the past.
Right, I understand that. But I think that we were all witness to, I would talk about mental health all the time. And I know I'm not I'm not giving Will Smith a pass. There's no pass that is given. I think that what we had was a front seat to trauma mental health. That's not a pass. That's not a pass. That's just a simple statement. And the thing is, too,
Who said it's mental health?
No,
I'm not a doctor.
No,
you're not a doctor.
No, I'm not.
Well, let's say he worked on himself. He didn't say he was going to a psychiatrist.
Mental health has nothing to do with being a doctor. I'm not diagnosing anybody. Mental health is just mental health. Period. That's not a diagnosis. Mental health is not a diagnosis. Mental health is just that. Just like there's physical health, emotional health, and mental health. That's what that is. What I'm saying is, it's even with that, let me explain. Mental health in regards to not how he responded, but also to how Chris Rock responded.
Rock was champion.
Okay, mental health is not a negative connotation. Yes, he was a constant professional in the entire light of that, even as he went on. So I don't want anybody to ever think that there is a passage there. But what I'm saying to you is that we still had a front seat to a breakdown in mental health. That is not a diagnosis. That's just the fact of the matter. Physical, mental, and emotional.
The fact of the matter is, he wasn't talking about he was protecting his wife over words.
I think that was BS.
His son can't. That's how we do. Remember his son put a dress on and people jumped on him. I ain't see Will Smith attacking nobody for him. I ain't see his son attacking nobody. So all of a sudden they attack her. Or they attack because they felt their mother was attacked, their wife was attacked. Chris Rock could have turned that whole situation upside down if he had responded in any other way.
Understood. Because we both can't be acting like that up in there.
If Chris Rock saved the day. He's my hero. I salute you, sir. He saved the day. He acted professional. He knew what was at stake, what could be lost. Now, they gave Will Smith 10 years. He gets to keep the Oscar. I don't care.
Give him 10 years to what?
10 years, he can't come back. He can't come back to the Oscars and present and go to the Oscars. But he rich. He probably care less. Or maybe he does, but hey.
I don't even think in the next 10 years he'll have a reason to go. You have to pay.
People want to act like there's no consequences to be paid. You know what I'm saying? Let somebody steal your car. You want some consequences for that. You know, everybody talks about consequences, but then they want like, well, no, Will Smith shouldn't get consequences for that. Will Smith, not only did he take this situation and prolong it, he celebrated now his wife being called bees by other comedians. So now, if he mad what Chris Rock said, he really mad what the comedian's saying now about him.
Well, I'm saying is that, I believe in you never know what's going on behind closed doors. You gotta peek in regards to that. So I'm not getting in their business of the who's, the what, force, and whatever.
They came out with that business.
I understand that. But I'm not getting into that. I'm not going to continue to give it that much breath and energy in regards to that.
We got to do the show. We got to do the show.
No, that's what I'm doing. But that's what we're doing. But I'm just saying.
We can't do the show on my cousin or my auntie or nothing. We got to do it on what people know. People know Will and Chris Rock smack. And it was wrong. Chris Rock, you're a champion. Will Smith, nothing against Will Smith. I like Will Smith. He was wrong. I had people tell me, because I said he was wrong, they told me I was a punk. They told me you wouldn't protect your wife. I said my wife wouldn't be in danger. I didn't see danger from there. They called me everything in the book.
You mean I wouldn't be in danger?
You weren't in danger. If you were sitting there.
If that was you and I?
Yeah, that was not a danger. And plus you would have stopped me. You said, you don't sit your ass down.
I would have had, look, first of all, I would have gave you the look and sit your butt down. But then I was like I told you, it's like, even if you thought you was going to ignore me, they were like,
get over here.
Did you see Dawn wrapped around Ronald's ankles? Did you
Ain't
see
no
that?
way.
Did you see? Because nah.
Ain't no
No.
way. You stood there and you made it worse. Now you got to be responsible. I'm gonna tell you something. Your haters and people right now, come on, y'all just hating on Will Smith. I'll say number one, I can care less on Will Smith. I like Will Smith personally. I like his music. I like his movies. Jada Pinkett Smith, I like some of her movies. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. But I'm gonna say this: every time somebody who you think is a hater, because at that time Will Smith thought Chris Rock was a hater, he's hating on his wife's condition, teasing her. Your haters, and he knows this, make you. Woman put a quote out on a Wednesday, Hump Wednesday. You ain't got to follow us on all that social media platform. She told black women to straighten their crowns because they were queens and blah blah blah. Dude wrote back to her, let her know. He said black women are terrible, blah blah blah, and black women can never be queens. Blah. I told her, congratulations, welcome. You got your first hate mail. You welcome to the club.
I didn't respond to that, but that's okay.
Don't respond to it.
You know, well, but you know, I didn't respond to it. But one thing I just want to let you know that women don't have to be told that they're queens. It's either you just know, you know.
When that dude said black women ain't queens.
It's okay. He's not a black.
But the one part that got me, if you get past the point, like I said, what we were teaching young men, I was so surprised older men, especially men of color,
Everybody's a product of their environment.
stood there and went, I would have fought, I would have smacked, I wouldn't go to jail. You're a fool.
Because because some men feel that that's a threat to their ego. But like I said, everybody's a product of their environment, you know. So it's okay.
That's a threat to the ego.
That's their perspective.
But the entanglement wasn't. But like I said, I don't get into that.
No, I don't get into that either. That's their business.
I had a guy who's a MAGA supporter. I don't know if he's white or black. I do not know that. But he DM'd me. And one thing I love about him, he follows me on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. He follows me. But he said, are the Oscars black enough for you? And that's what you said earlier. That part right there. You go,
I didn't say that earlier, but that's what I meant. But I mean, I didn't mean that. No, that's not what I meant. But I'm just saying that both of us black folks can, because we could have tore that up. But that's the thing with people that probably have expected, like your MAGA follower.
he my dude.
You know, whatever. But it's funny how we got so many messages in regards to the Will and Jada incident, but not the confirmation hearings for Ketanji Brown Jackson. But that's okay. That's okay.
But,
you know,
but you also you get more scandal on the murder than you will on
I
promotion.
I understand that, but thank you. But we appreciate all submissions and messages and feedback and contribution to various topics.
Remember this. It's in the hard times that proves what you're worth. You know what I'm saying? Remember the what's her name, Ruby? And she's surrounded by all the guards, little girl, and white people are cussing her out, grown white people go, you don't need to be in this school. And in Arkansas, the kids from Little Rock, they were teenagers though. The teenagers from Little Rock and the kids the grown-ups are spitting at them. And these what make you. These are the moments that make you. You know, who was the first black that lived in your neighborhood? I'm just saying, the neighborhood you live in now, especially the suburb we live in, the first black family that moved to this neighborhood, guess what they had to go through? And you're gonna talk about you have to respond to a person's words that come out their mouth? You know, you can't have it both ways. You can't.
Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson did a fabulous job responding to the ignorance.
She had to let it go over her head, just keep staying focused on what she was trying to do. You can't respond because they try to pull your card. They want to pull your ticket. Kenny Hale told us, he said his frat brother told him, do not let nobody hijack your emotions. Do not let anybody hijack your emotions.
What does that mean?
Will Smith's emotions got hijacked. Whether it was by his wife's reaction to the joke or whether it was by Chris Rock's joke. They took over his emotions. This person pushed the button and was in control of his emotions. And now he's paying the price for that.
Not just him.
Yeah, oh yeah, like I said, if he think what Chris Rock said about his wife is terrible, what the comedians are now saying about her, you see what I'm saying? You have to control your emotions. Do not let nobody sit there and steer you. Whether it was her or not her, whether it was Chris Rock, he has to be in control. You lose a lot more when you let somebody else control you. With that being said, you saw it, we saw it. Tell us what you think. I hate it to see people say, are you in Chris Rock camp or Will Smith? That was no camp. That was wrong, all the way wrong. That was terrible. If you didn't like the joke Chris Rock said, you can say, I didn't like the joke, but you can't resort to this kind of violence. You can't. Especially being the first of something. You know what I'm saying? When we're in positions to be, we're going to be the first or maybe even the second or something, but we got a presentation that's presented by these wonderful two black people who are given the reins of this, and we do this. And it wasn't Chris Rock who did it. So that's what Chris Rock does as a comedian. And remember this, all you people who say, I'd have smacked the hell out of Chris Rock too. And you'd be in jail right now. Will Smith is privileged. That is that privilege that he has, that he's not in jail, because you would be in jail. Go to a comedy show and think you're going to go smack that comedian. You're going to jail. With that being said, send us all your comments, let us know. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. Send me your emails. Let me know what you think. Put in the comments below, subscribe. Now, in order to win the $300 cash, US dollars, all you have to do is subscribe and comment on this episode that we have released.
This episode?
This episode.
Only this episode?
You have to comment.
I gotta do what?
You have to subscribe and comment on this episode. Those are the two things you have to do. If you want to improve your chances, follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok, Facebook, and Twitter. Those will help increase your chances to win. Plus, I'm telling you, we do things on those platforms that you don't see all the time here. We cook meals every day that sometimes we post there because this platform is a lot larger and it takes a lot more time to produce a YouTube video. Those are more easier to do. We got the thing about Deshaun Watson getting picked up by the Cleveland Browns. What's our feelings on that? Or at least my feelings on that. Woman does Tell Me Something Tuesday. She does Hump Day Wednesdays. These are things that we do and we put out and we share with you guys, and that you may not get just alone on YouTube. But you want to win $300. Follow, first subscribe, comment, then to help the odds, help your chance of winning, follow us on all those social media platforms. With that being said, until we see you again. Oh, by the way, I got to tell you, the winner will be announced May 28th.
May 28th? May
28th. That's when we're going to announce the winner. So you got from now to May 28th to do all that.
Wow.
That's it. $300. $300. You know gas prices is high. Gas prices is high. You can't use it. Do not send me no Venmo, no nothing. I will contact you and get the information from you. We will contact you and get your information, whether you want a Venmo or Cash App or pay, whatever you want, paper, however you do it. We'll reach out to you, so you don't have to send us no information. We don't want your information. We'll reach out to you when the winner's decided. Again, subscribe, comment. Maybe I'll just share the video. Well, to improve your chances, do all our social media platforms. And until we see you again, remember,
we love you. No.
Tim Scott, you can get the finger, the middle. But other than that,
we love you, except for Tim Scott.
No, we still love Tim Scott.
I don't love Tim Scott.
He just ain't invited to the barbecue.
Nah, not here.
Lloyd, rest in peace.